1976, Georgetown Village, Stanquick District, a boy child was born. A humble child to humble parents. And that boy grew up to be a man. And that boy grew up to be a legend. Cause in the mid-90s, that boy turned a man and he turned the world into fire.
Everybody.
Rocking your dance, rocking your concerts, rocking the radio, and rocking Punta Rock. We are talking about the one, the only, the icon, Super G. That the man would tell you for party top. That the man would turn with a man and tell you about the hurricane. Come, me tell you we gone.
And he stop, he gone.
Yo, that the man would tell you if you set firm boundary with your cell phone for a certain day, for a certain month. That the man would tell you who for hire and who for do your plumbing.
I man want lay the pipe. One man.
We to tell you about Super G because this summer is belonging to Super. It's a super summer. It's a fire summer. August 8th, Saturday night at 9, Belize Airport Authority parking lot. What? It's an earth-strong celebration. 50 years in the making. But not just that. We're crowning. We're giving him the crown. He's not coming alone. The stage, that night, belongs to he and his friends and all the stars that have been a part of his career. Look out, here comes the crowd to mash it up. His Punta Rebel teammates, Reckless Flores, Lloyd Augustine, Punta Generals in the backing, TLC Band, the Martinez Brothers, No Vida, Positive Vibes, UB, Soca Queen Ernestine, Bernadette Gilharry, Stick the Artist, Flaco, Nello Player, then they come from across the board, Chetamal, Quintana Roo, Johnny Owan, Kerako, Nolo, we got tunes, we got DJs, we got Dala, we got Cloud9, Mr. Flavor, DJ Dickies, the YG Young Generals, Super Mario. What you got to say for yourself? The summer is pepper, it's fire, it's super. Saturday, 8 August 2026. You hear me? Belize Airport parking lot authority. Earth Strong, the crown name. Would you get him on the crown? What you got to say? No! Just Drea, hyper stage songs and lighting, rocking the place. Drea!
Sponsored by Madisco, the National Institute of Culture and History, the Institute of Creative Arts, Honorable Dr. Louis Zabany, Honorable Rodwell Ferguson, Hyper Sounds, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Digi, the Belize Airport Authority. Tickets available online at Quick Pass app, Quem Radio, and Madisco.
Good evening, Belize, and welcome to XTV's news broadcast for Monday, August 3, 2026. Making the headlines tonight, outcome of SSB meeting on BTL's buyout of SpeedNet Smart still formally unknown. Business Chamber urges halt of proposed BTL buyout of SpeedNet. 21-year-old pregnant woman found dead inside home in Belize City. And one detained following fatal shooting on Vernon Street in Belize City. We take our first break and return with the news in detail.
Are you looking for financing on equipment, machinery, vehicles, parts, or tools for you or your business? Benquip and Belize Bank have partnered to make purchasing easier than ever with Belize Bank's convenient online loan application platform. Simply apply online, get fast and secure financing, and access the equipment or vehicle you need to keep moving forward. Even better, use the promo code when applying and enjoy a special promotional interest rate exclusively for Benquip customers. Whether you're upgrading your fleet, investing in new machinery, or purchasing essential parts and equipment, now is the perfect time to make it happen. Visit Benquip today and ask about Belize Bank online loan financing.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100 key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
If you're looking for the perfect home air conditioner, then listen up. First, choose the right tonnage. Correct sizing means perfect cooling and much lower electricity bills. Now, look for efficiency. Gree uses AI-driven performance to optimize cooling and fight high energy costs. Lastly, don't just cool your air. Clean it. Demand health-focused air treatment and smart connected features. Get the global leader in smart home comfort. Contact us today to find your perfect Gree AC.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds. And, they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go in the science instead of the business because I really wanted to take business, but now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this festival is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, a commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
Welcome back with your news. I am Drea Espinosa. The Social Security Board on Friday was set to consider whether to support BTL's proposed buyout of SpeedNet Smart. SSB owns 34.3% of ordinary shares in BTL, while the government owns 49.3% ordinary shares, and 100% of the preference shares. In an interview outside of the National Assembly that same afternoon, the Prime Minister claimed ignorance of the outcome of the vote and remained silent on a report that members of the Briceño family had sold their shares in Speednet, reportedly to Lord Ashcroft, who owns the majority stake. We were subsequently told the report is untrue.
There was some claim that the Briceño shares in Speednet had been sold off, and that's part one to that question. You should know the answer. I think
you know the answer.
I really don't know. I really don't know the answer.
Please.
Anyway, so and then the other part of it, we understood that the SSB was supposed to be deliberating on that matter today. Do you know if they've concluded that deliberation?
I have no idea.
And the first part?
On the first one, you know the answer. So I don't answer English question. You know about.
I don't know.
You know the answer.
Based on our follow-up today, sources say the SSB did not record a vote on the matter and instead opted for a no objection, which is different from approval and is not binding. However, this has not been officially confirmed by anyone in authority at the SSB, and no press release has been issued, despite SSB being a major shareholder in BTL and having several directors on BTL's board. It also appears things are once more moving quickly. Our reports are that BTL's board could vote on the acquisition as early as tomorrow, but not later than August 10th. We note that the Public Utilities Commission, PUC, must approve the acquisition before BTL can enter into an agreement with Speednet. The PUC began its deliberation after receiving an updated proposal from BTL on February 10 of this year. The deadline for public comments was April 13, and at the end of April, the PUC published a compilation of those submissions. 3 months have passed since then, and no decision has been issued as yet. However, as the PUC explained, the law does not outline any process or timeline for the transfer of shares in a case like this, where the transaction involves a stock acquisition of Speednet's shares. According to PUC officials, a decision by the BTL's board of directors to approve a buyout would not, on its own, contravene the act. The Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry is doubling down on its objections to Belize Telemedia Limited's proposed acquisition of Speednet, after the intended buyer dismissed the need for multi-year audited statements and a second valuation of the deal. In a statement issued today, BTL Chairman Markelm Lizarraga, to their July 30 letter, quote, confirms that its critical reservations regarding governance, financial due diligence, market competition, and legal compliance remain entirely unaddressed, end quote. The Chamber says the transaction is being advanced without the level of financial transparency and regulatory oversight a deal of this scale demands. It lists among its key concerns inadequate financial transparency, absence of merger control framework, legal regulatory uncertainty, and the impact that a virtual monopoly would have on consumers and businesses. The Chamber maintains that BTL's reliance on a single-year risk-based valuation conducted by More Belize is insufficient, especially given that BTL is majority state-owned and heavily financed by the Social Security Board. The Chamber also warns that without competition legislation in place, the acquisition would create a state-backed monopoly with sweeping implications for prices, service quality, and innovation. It further argues that regulatory protections cannot replace the benefits of real market competition. The Chamber calls on BTL's board, the Government of Belize, the Social Security Board, and the Public Utilities Commission to halt the acquisition until audited financials are provided, an independent valuation is completed, and a national competition framework is enacted. The BCCI says it remains open to dialogue but insists that the telecom sector must remain transparent, competitive, and aligned with long-term national interests. The National Trade Union Congress of Belize has a director on the Social Security Board. prior to the SSB's meeting Friday, when the board was to deliberate on the proposed smart acquisition by BTL, the Congress wrote to the chairman of BTL reiterating its continued opposition to the transaction. The Congress stated that despite a pause on the acquisition, quote, no substantive information, independent assessment, or regulatory approval has been presented to address the serious concerns we previously raised. These include issues of legality, competition, valuation, independence, corporate governance, socio-economic impact, and freedom of expression, end quote. The NTUCB concluded that in the face of the concerns not being addressed meaningfully, it cannot support the acquisition. It called on BTL to engage stakeholders in good faith if it wants to advance the matter responsibly. In his response the following day, Chairman Markelm Lizarraga affirmed that stakeholder consultations were held. Apart from due diligence, quote, as part of the assessment process was also subjected to independent review and verification, end quote. Nonetheless, Lizarraga committed to BTL abiding by whatever determination the Public Utilities Commission makes. In police news, the body of a pregnant woman was found in a state of decomposition in Belize City on Sunday morning around 9. She has been identified as 21-year-old Kimane Rosita Ashanti Garbutt, known as Kimmy Boo. Reports are that she was 9 months pregnant. Her body was discovered seated inside an upstairs room at the corner of Vernon Street and Amandala Drive. Initial reports indicate that a man identified as Marvin Moore went to check on Garbutt, forced the door open after receiving no response, and discovered her motionless. Moore told police he last saw Garbutt alive around 7 a.m. on Saturday, at which time she mentioned feeling unwell. Police revealed that Garbutt had a medical history of epileptic seizures. ASP Stacy Smith said police are awaiting the results of a post-mortem examination, but do not suspect foul play. A fatal shooting after 1 this afternoon near the corner of Vernon Street and Amandala Drive has left 18-year-old Ewart Hernandez of Lords Bank, Belize District, dead. According to reports, Hernandez was driving a motorcycle when he stopped on the side of the street. 2 males approached him and one fatally shot Hernandez to the head. Police have detained 1 man and are seeking another suspect. ASP Stacy Smith refuted claims that the incident was a robbery.
Police have detained 1 male person and are seeking another in connection with a shooting incident which resulted in the murder of 18-year-old Ewart Hernandez of Lords Bank Village, Belize District. The investigation commenced today, 3rd August 2026 at around 1:15 p.m. when officers on patrol were alerted to the sound of a shot being fired on Vernon Street in Belize City. A team of officers responded to the scene where they observed an injured Mr. Hernandez, who was subsequently rushed for medical attention. However, he succumbed to the injury that he sustained. What the investigators have been able to establish so far, having reviewed video footage in the area, is that Hernandez was traveling on Vernon Street near the intersection with Partridge Street when he stopped on the side of the road and remained on his motorcycle. Some minutes later, he was approached by 2 male persons and one of those male persons produced a firearm and fired a single shot, which struck Hernandez. Police were able to apprehend a male person who matched the description of one of the suspects, and that person remains in detention as police investigation continues.
Can you say what is the motive and if any sort of robbery was involved?
No motive has been established so far.
There are reports that he had a chain on him that was possibly taken off his person.
That is not information that is in my possession. I will have to make further inquiries. The report that I received showed just what I shared.
A homeowner in the area complained that police rounded up young men who were in the yard. ASP Stacy Smith said that police are acting within the scope of the law.
What I can say, as you may know, there are police cameras all over Belize City and in other parts of the country, and based on what was seen on those cameras, certain course of actions were taken. I want to assure everybody that police operation will be done within the confines of the law as the investigation continues.
After the break, government names appointees to Belize's Reparations Committee. Stay with us.
Tired of replacing light bulbs? LEDs are what you need. LEDs last up to 30,000 hours. That's 30 times longer than incandescent bulbs, and up to 8 times longer than compact fluorescents. So less changing and less trash. Planet Earth thanks you. And the LED experts at Brothers Habet and Habet will help you find the best LED solution with colors for every room and mood, starting as low as $6.95. You can even get LED strips for home, office, and industrial use. So say goodbye to fluorescent tubes forever. And because they use up to 90% less energy, you save money. Money you can spend on other things. So head to Brothers Habet or Habet and Habet today. You can also call, email, or Facebook us. Have a brilliant day.
The Freetown Drug Store would like to advise the general public that they will be closing store on Monday the 3rd August. This is to facilitate relocating to the new location right next door to the present drugstore. Freetown Drug Store will do their best to complete this relocation as early as possible so that they can continue offering you the same services they are presently giving. Any inconvenience caused by this relocation is greatly regretted. Freetown Drug Store will be back with faster, more professional and efficient services and will keep you informed about the opening of your new drugstore.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Back to school tax-free days are here again. Saturday, August 15 and 29th. The Belize Tax Service is pleased to inform all consumers that General Sales Tax, GST, will once again be waived on eligible school supplies. In addition to the existing exempt zero-rated items, the government has approved the following school supplies to be GST-free for the designated period. The approved items are as follows: exempt zero-rated notebooks, textbooks and workbooks, school bags, pencils, crayons, lead pencils, erasers, and pencil case. Taxable items that are tax-free for the approved days: pens, uniform material, ready-made uniforms, binders and folders, highlighters, markers, pencil sharpeners, calculators, regular and scientific, scissors, folder pages, graph paper, typing sheets, rulers, Bristol board, correction fluid or whiteout, eligible footwear, black school shoes and black tennis shoes, tapes, brown paper book covers and craft paper, newsprint or shop paper, liquid soap, glue, geometry sets, lunch kits and boxes, socks, hand sanitizer and toilet paper. Remember, check your receipts after purchase. To ensure GST is not incorrectly applied, report any abuse or non-compliance by calling 613-2773, 613-8375, 614-5731, or 613-2840. For any further assistance or information, please visit or contact any Belize Tax Service office countrywide. Our team is ready to assist you.
Belize, if you're looking for the perfect home air conditioner, then listen up. First, choose the right tonnage. Correct sizing means perfect cooling and much lower electricity bills. Now, look for efficiency. GREE uses AI-driven performance to optimize cooling and fight high energy costs. Lastly, don't just cool your air. Clean it. Demand health-focused air treatment and smart connected features. Get the global leader in smart home comfort. Contact us today to find your perfect GREE AC.
August 1st, join Builders Hardware at Mia Garden Park for Belmopan Day. Deals, giveaways, and fun. You don't want to miss it. Acompáñanos el 1 de agosto en Mia Garden Park para el día de Belmopan con Builders Hardware. Ofertas, sorpresas y diversión. No te lo puedes perder.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds. And, they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go in the science instead of the business because I really wanted to take business, but now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this festival is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, a commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
This year, the UBAD Educational Foundation, UEF, marked the 13th African Emancipation Jubilee Day. It was markedly different from previous remembrances as community actions were added and the free of mind reasoning was held on the day itself as opposed to African Emancipation Eve. This year's presenter was Trinidad and Tobago revolutionary Breda Ako Mutota. At the early morning libation on Saturday along Belize City's Caribbean coastline to remember our African ancestors, Mutoda explained what libation is and the importance of holding it next to the Caribbean Sea.
And it's very symbolic that we are here at the edge of the water. Because if you read any of the earliest texts of Africans about how we came into being, especially the Kemetic text, you will read that we came from the primeval waters, that humans emerged from the primeval waters and then came to life. And if you look at that metaphorically, when we live in our mother's womb, we live in water for most of the time. So water is part of the creative process that Africans believe that we came from. So it's very symbolic that we are here this morning on the water's edge. It is also symbolic that this ocean that we stand, whose edge we stand on, is also the same ocean that brought us to this part of the world. So a libation is simply a ritual that connects the material world with the immaterial world, the material world with the divine world. And we do believe in a divinity. And so when we offer libation, we are actually making a connection with that which is outside of us, that which is greater than us. Some people say God, Yahweh, Jehovah. We say ancestors, because we believe that our ancestors are the doorway to the divine. So when we offer a libation, we are making a connection with our ancestors. And in the Caribbean, I always tell people, whenever we do a libation, we must always recognize the presence of the first peoples who were here before. We seem sometimes to forget that there were people here before us. We came later on.
This year, there was an African Belizean Our Stories walkabout in the city from north side to the south side. A libation at Simon Lamb's grave Friday morning was cancelled due to inclement weather. Meanwhile, the state began marking Emancipation Day in 2021. At this year's state ceremony, Culture Minister Honorable Francis Fonseca announced that he appointed a pro tem reparations committee for Belize, though he did not share the names of the members.
I end with some important news. On behalf of the government of Belize, I have appointed the Belize Pro Tem Reparations Committee, marking Belize's active involvement in the call for reparatory justice within the Caribbean community. As the CARICOM Reparations Manifesto states, the goal is to achieve material, social, cultural, and financial justice for sustainable development. Through this initiative, Belize will have a voice in the CARICOM Reparations Commission as it works to define and implement a 10-point action plan aimed at securing redress for the centuries of oppression endured by African and indigenous peoples and their descendants. Our initial course of action will undoubtedly focus on educating our population about this history of oppression so that we can move forward together toward reparatory justice. My friends, today on Emancipation Day, let us remember that we stand on the shoulders of men and women who were held in chains, but whose spirits were never bound. Today we call their names, we remember their struggle, and we honor their victory. Emancipation is a continuous journey. Let us together build a Belize worthy of the sacrifices made in 1838 and strong enough to empower every generation to come.
After his return from the 51st Heads of Government CARICOM meeting where he deputized for the Prime Minister, Attorney General Anthony Sylvester spoke about the establishment of Belize's Reparations Committee.
there was an establishment of a CARICOM Reparations Commission going a ways back to 2013 or so. And what we had at that 51st meeting is that the Prime Minister of Barbados, who's the head of that committee, unveiled to the leaders that there has been a revised 10-point plan with respect to reparatory justice. And so one of the things that coming out of that certainly the government is moving towards is to ensure that Belize has a national reparations committee. So that commission, that CARICOM Reparations Commission, is consisted of the member states, which have a national reparations commission. We don't have a formal reparations commission committee as yet, but the hope is that could be done in very short order, so that the country, Belize, can formally write CARICOM and request to be seated at the table as part of that commission, because it's exciting times. They're moving very fast and accelerating their work. Just this past week, they were in fact actually the UK, the CARICOM Reparations Commission, Sir Hillary and other members of the commission. So the government appreciates that Belize as a country needs to be at the table and be a part of that process. So that's something that's been worked on and something will be given effect to in short order.
Minister Fonseca today confirmed the names of the appointees to the Reparations Committee. They are Albert Vaughan, President of the National Institute of Culture and History, Honorable Dolores Balderramas Garcia, Senior Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister, Honorable Anthony Sylvester, Attorney General, Dr. Vincent Palacio, President of the University of Belize, Richard Dickey Bradley, Senior Attorney at Law, Celine Solis from the National Creole Council of Belize, Cesar Ross, the Director of the government's Good Governance Unit, Nuri Mohammed, Director of ENA Dynamics Consulting, and Leroy Banner, Attorney at Law. A Camalote man has died following an incident on Sunday night involving an alleged break-in at a National Bank of Belize and a subsequent incident near Rapidito Loans, located at the Angeles Press Complex across the street. The man has since been identified as 40-year-old Mark Casey. The incident occurred shortly before 9 when Casey allegedly broke into the financial institution before moving across the street to a 2-story building where he ended up suspended from the 2nd floor. Other details surrounding his demise are still unknown at this time. Emergency responders and police officers deployed to the scene to retrieve him. Casey is reportedly known to suffer from mental health issues and had been recently admitted to the Western Regional Hospital after experiencing severe paranoia. Police continue to investigate the incident. A Belmopan man drowned on Sunday. He has been identified as Rudy Bernabe Toj. His body was found floating in a creek in the San Martin area of the capital. ASP Stacy Smith said a bottle with alcohol was found nearby, and investigators believe he was under the influence. "44-year-old Luciano Ernesto Acosta drowned on Sunday in the Honey Camp Lagoon in the Orange Walk district. According to reports, Acosta and 41-year-old Eliseo Escalante went fishing in a canoe after socializing and consuming alcohol with relatives on Saturday. The canoe capsized, throwing both men in the lagoon. Escalante managed to swim to a nearby mangrove patch, while Acosta was subsequently located unresponsive and partially submerged near an island in the lagoon. ASP Stacy Smith said investigators are now awaiting the results of a post-mortem examination. After the break, San Jose Sacut's man detained after chopping grandmother. Stay tuned.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Need a fresh new kitchen, flip that switch ignition. GE appliances shine. Every knob, every line, all align and turn the shower on. Feel gold, colder in the chrome. So bold from the tiles to the tiny screws. We've got the wow you choose. All in one place, design depot. Everything you need for the life you want. Let's go! From the floor to the paint to the patio glow. Build it up, light it up. Watch your dream home grow. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place.
Design Depot, all in one place.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the Jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Life moves fast. Your connection should keep up. Need more credit? More data? A flex bundle that fits your lifestyle? With Smart Prepaid, they're a prepaid option for every lifestyle and budget, making it easy to stay connected wherever you are. Because with Smart Prepaid, you can connect on your terms. Purchase credit, data, flex bundles, prepaid plans, and all your favorite prepaid services at any Smart agent, Smart showroom, or simply dial *100# key. No stress, no waiting. Just fast, easy, convenient ways to stay connected every day. Smart Prepaid. Connect on your terms.
Need a fresh new kitchen, flip that switch ignition. GE appliances shine. Every knob, every line, all align and turn the shower on. Feel gold, colder in the chrome. So bold from the tiles to the tiny screws. We've got the wow you choose. All in one place. Design Depot. Everything you need for the life you want. Let's go. From the floor to the paint to the patio glow. Build it up, light it up. Watch your dream home grow. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place. All in one place.
Design Depot. All in one place.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's
In 1976, Georgetown Village, Stanquick District, a boy child was born. A humble child to humble parents. And that boy grew up to be a man. And that boy grew up to be a legend. Cause in the mid-90s, that boy turned a man and he turned the world into fire. Everybody. Rocking your dance, rocking your concerts, rocking the radio, and rocking Punta Rock. We are talking about the one, the only, the icon, Super J. That the man would tell you for party top. That the man would turn with a man and tell you about the hurricane. Come, me tell you we gone. And he stop, he gone, he gone. Yo, that the man would tell you if you set firm boundary with your cell phone for a certain day, for a certain month. That the man would tell you who for hire and who for do your plumbing. I man one lady pipe. One man. We did tell about Super G because this summer is belonging to Super. It's a super summer. It's a fire summer. August 8th, Saturday night at 9. Police Airport Authority parking lot. What? It's an Earth Strong celebration. 50 years in the making. But they're not just that. We're crowning. We're giving him the crown. He's not coming alone. That stage, that night belongs to he and his friends and all the stars that have been a part of his career. Look out, here comes the crowd to mash it up. His Punta Rebel teammates, Reckless Flores, Lloyd Augustine, Punta Generals in the backing, TLC Band, the Martinez Brothers, Novida, Positive Vibes, UB, Soca Queen Ernestine, Bernadette Gilharry, Stick the Artist, Flaco, Nello Player, they come from across the board. Chetamal, Quintana Roo, Johnny Owan, Kerako, Nolo. We got tunes, we got DJs, we got Dala, we got Cloud9, Mr. Flavor, DJ Dickies, the YG Young Generals, Super Mario. What you got to say for yourself? The summer is pepper, it's fire, it's super. Saturday, 8 August 2026. You hear me? Blaze Airport Parking Lot Authority. Earth Strong, the crowning. Will you get the man the crown? What you got to say? No! Just Dede. Hyper stage songs and lighting, rocking the place. Dede!
Sponsored by Madisco, the National Institute of Culture and History, the Institute of Creative Arts, Honorable Dr. Louis Zabany, Honorable Rodwell Ferguson, Hyper Sounds, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Digi, the Belize Airport Authority. Tickets available online at Quick Pass app, Quem Radio, and Madisco.
A 65-year-old woman is hospitalized with severe injuries following a violent chopping attack allegedly carried out by her grandson on Saturday night in San Jose Socots, Cayo. The victim, identified as Emerita Chok, was rushed to the San Ignacio Community Hospital for emergency medical treatment after sustaining severe chop wounds to her face and both hands. Following the attack, a search was launched by family members, residents, and police officers. The suspect, identified locally as Jeremy, was subsequently detained. Reports from the village indicate that the suspect is a known drug addict in the community. ASP Stacy Smith said police believe the suspect may have been experiencing a mental health crisis at the time. In sporting news, after coming off a huge 94-64 win against Guatemala in the basketball competition of the 2026 Central American and Caribbean Games being held in Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, Belize qualified for the semifinals and a chance at the gold medal. Belize entered the semifinals as the number 2 seed in Group A, and on Saturday faced the number 1 seed in Group B, Puerto Rico, for a chance to advance to the gold medal game. Puerto Rico dominated the game from opening tip to final buzzer. Puerto Rico defeated Belize 111-68, holding Belize to its lowest scoring game in the tournament. Belize was led by Josiah Mosley, who contributed 20 points, 5 rebounds, 3 blocks, and 2 assists, while Douglas Langford Jr. contributed 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Belize will now face Mexico in the bronze medal match scheduled for this evening. The host Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico will play for the gold medal. The Belize Police Department held its 27th annual National Police Youth Cadet Corps Camp last week in Dangriga. Some 279 cadets from across the country participated in the camp. The cadets participated in the leadership training, educational activities, sports competitions, cultural activities, and community service. The event closed on Saturday with a parade through Dangriga. ASP Stacy Smith shared more information on the youth camp. And 36-year-old Chrismar Espinosa has been found guilty of murder by High Court Justice Nigel Pilgrim following the April 2024 execution-style shooting of 38-year-old bicycle technician and cycling enthusiast Wilbert E. Banks, Jr. The fatal incident occurred in the Lake Garden area of Ladyville after Espinosa, consumed by jealousy upon discovering a photograph of Banks, concocted a deadly plot to target him. Espinosa forced his former girlfriend, who was also Banks' ex-partner, to assist in luring Banks to the location by making repeated death threats against both her and her young son. When Banks arrived at Lake Garden Road, Espinosa ambushed the vehicle from the passenger side and opened fire. Despite being wounded, Banks attempted to drive away to escape the attack, but Espinosa pursued him, firing 7 shots in total until Banks lost control and crashed. Responding officers located Banks fatally wounded inside his vehicle shortly after 11:30 p.m. on April 5, 2024. Investigators processed the crime scene, recovering 9mm shell casings and a mobile phone belonging to the woman. This evidence ultimately led police directly to the Lord's Bank home, where Espinosa and the woman were apprehended. During the trial, the prosecution's key witness, the woman, testified via video link from the U.S., where she currently resides under asylum. While the defense argued the allegations were fabricated, Justice Pilgrim determined her testimony to be truthful, reliable, and strongly supported by physical, medical, and ballistic evidence. The judge rejected Espinosa's alibi and conflicting explanations regarding a borrowed vehicle, ruling that the witness has acted under severe duress. Prosecuted by Crown Counsels Maria Santana Nemhard and Joseph Perez, Espinosa was represented by attorney Michael Parafit, who indicated plans to appeal the verdict. Espinosa remains remanded in custody pending his sentencing, which is scheduled for September 7, 2026, following the completion of a social inquiry report, a prison report, and a victim impact statement. And with that, we've come to the end of our newscast. The repeat can be viewed on this station later tonight at 9 and again tomorrow at midday. Join us again tomorrow for another edition of the news. And remember, you can always catch up with the day's top stories on our YouTube channel and Facebook page under XTV Belize. And you can watch the evening news live on our XTV BHNI app. I am Drea Espinosa. Have a safe and enjoyable evening.
In 1976, Georgetown Village, Stanquick District, a boy child was born. A humble child to humble parents. And that boy grew up to be a man. And that boy grew up to be a legend. Cause in the mid-90s, that boy turned a man and he turned the world into fire. Everybody. Rocking your dance, rocking your concerts, rocking the radio, and rocking Punta Rock. We are talking about the one, the only, the icon, Super G. That the man will tell you for party top. That the man will turn with a man and tell you about the hurricane. Come, me tell you we gone. And he stop, he gone. Yo, that the man will tell you if you set firm boundary with your cell phone for a certain day, for a certain month. That the man will tell you who for hire and who for do your plumbing. I man one lady pipe. One man. We to tell you about Super G because this summer is belonging to Super. It's a super summer. It's a fire summer. August 8th, Saturday night at 9, Belize Airport Authority parking lot. What? It's an earth-strong celebration. 50 years in the making. But not just that. We're crowning. We're giving him the crown. He's not coming alone. That stage, that night belongs to he and his friends and all the the stars that have been a part of his career. Look out, here comes the crowd to mash it up. His Punta Rebel teammates, Reckless Flores, Lloyd Augustine, Punta Generals in the backing, TLC Band, the Martinez Brothers, No Vida, Positive Vibes, UB, Soca Queen Ernestine, Bernadette Gilharry, Stig the Artist, Flaco, Nello Player, there they come from across the board. Chetamal, Quintana Roo, Johnny Owan, Kerako, Nolo. We got tunes, we got DJs, we got Dala, we got Cloud9, Mr. Flavor, DJ Dickies, the YG Young Generals, Super Mario. What you got to say for yourself? The summer is pepper, it's fire, it's super. Saturday, 8 August 2026. You hear me? Busy Airport Parking Lot Authority. Earth Strong, the crown name. Would you get him on the crown? What you got to say? No! Just today, hyper stage songs and lighting, rocking the place. Today.
Sponsored by Madisco, the National Institute of Culture and History, the Institute of Creative Arts, Honorable Dr. Louis Zabany, Honorable Rodwell Ferguson, Hyper Sounds, Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Digi, the Belize Airport Authority. Tickets available online at Quick Pass app, Quem Radio, and Madisco.